Well, here we go, guys. Love on this one. Better start fighting.
Hi Patriots, I am back and ready to put myself on some more government watch lists. Let's talk about what's coming down the road so we can make some important plans, like ones that will stop the hostile takeover of the entire world. If we know one thing about the people that are trying to destroy our country, it's that they can't keep their mouths shut. Their pride makes them announce their future plans. We saw it when Bill Gates and his friends coincidentally had a mock role-play scenario last year about what it would be like to have a worldwide pandemic and how they would handle it. Then a few months later, it actually happened. Then we had the Transition Integrity Project report, which, among other things, talked about how they're going to delegitimize claims of... And they did just that, which led to a senile man becoming our president. Now we have things being laid out like the Great Reset and Joe Biden's Build Back Better, which are basically the same plan that leads to the same thing, which is global communism. No joke. Using the excuse of a climate change crisis and the possibility of more pandemics, these plans promise a whole new system where we take all the terrible things about modern-day communism, pretend they're really great, and then force the entire world population to comply with them. This system will include things like having a social credit score like China does, a vaccination pass that allows you to travel and conduct business, worldwide surveillance, being kicked out of society for non-compliance, the redistribution of your hard-earned wealth, and the absence of bone-in ribeyes. I'm being dead serious. They don't like meat. One of their favorite slogans for this new world order is, "You will own nothing and you will be happy." Well, I own this and I'm very happy. I'm just saying. Would you like to be forced to put your hard-earned assets, your home, your property, and the fruits of your labor on the altar of making the world a more equitable place with the false promise of better weather? Yeah, me neither. Because where I come from, which is a place of rationality and proven historical fact, communism doesn't end well for the common folk like you and me. So remember how I said they like to announce their future plans? Well, here's a tweet that I took a screenshot of, and I'm glad I did because it's since been secretly deleted from my social media pages, and the original post is gone as well. It comes from Klaus Schwab, the head of the World Economic Forum, who is rolling out the Great Reset Plan. The World Economic Forum is working with the Biden administration to ensure that most people will survive the coming food shortages. Citizens that have up-to-date vaccination documents will receive regular packages of plant-based protein products. Wow, that sounds delicious and slightly insane. Most people will survive the coming food shortages? The vaccinated will receive plant-based protein packages? And, you know, what a coincidence, his buddy Bill Gates just bought up a bunch of farmland in our country. About 242,000 acres worth. Perhaps he's going to be growing all our plant-based protein. I'm guessing it's going to be soy because it keeps men wearing overly tight pants and, more importantly, avoiding aggressive physical warfare. What I'd like to do now is go over Bill Gates' new short video titled, "This is how we prevent the next pandemic." I think it has some interesting statements that will help us prepare better for what's ahead. So I'm going to let him say something, and then I'm going to respond with my statements, and then I'm going to let you decide who you think is being more forthcoming with what's coming. Let's get started.
We all want to return to the way things were before COVID-19.
Okay, we're a whole 1 second in. Here we go. So, we all want things to return to the way they were before COVID-19. Let me ask you a question. Do you really think that Bill Gates, the progressive left, the Biden administration, and all the corrupt politicians really want things to go back to normal? He and his friends are literally pushing for a worldwide campaign called the Great Reset that will completely transform the world for the worse. But yeah, we all want things to go back to the way they were. Let's keep moving.
But there's one area where I hope we never go back. Our complacency about pandemics. We can get ahead of infectious disease outbreaks. By the next pandemic...
All right, by the next pandemic. I want to address this because I know a lot of you are going to be saying, he said the next pandemic. How does he know we're going to have more pandemics? But here's the thing. We've already had a lot of pandemics, and now we're going to have a lot more because they know, the powers that be know, that we're so easily manipulated and controlled by them. But a pandemic is simply when an infectious disease spreads across an entire country or multiple countries. We had H1N1 and SARS, and they came and they went. But the difference is they were allowed to be played out naturally in society with a short virus life cycle, and also they weren't used for worldwide political manipulation. Let's keep it rolling.
By the next pandemic, I believe we can have what I call mega testing diagnostic platforms. They can be deployed quickly, cost very little, and test 20% of the entire population every week. We also want to get treatments out far faster next time.